Hello everyone, welcome to Infinite Gyan. In this episode of Ancient Indian History, we will learn about the life of Gautam Buddha, rise of Buddhism as a religion, the Buddhist literatures, and the different principles of Buddhism. Before going into the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel for updates on more such videos. Gautam Buddha, also known as Sakya Muni or Tathagata, was born as Siddharth in 563 BC on Vaishakha Purnima day at Lumbini. His father Suddhodan was the chief of Republican Sakya clan who ruled from Kapilavastu in Kosala kingdom. His mother, Mahamaya, was the princess of Kosala dynasty. She gave birth and died 7 days after his birth. Siddharth was thus raised by his stepmother Gautami. After Siddharth was born, a great seer called Asita made a prophecy that Siddharth would either become a great king or a great spiritual leader. King Suddhodan wanted his son to become a great ruler, so he shielded his son from seeing any pain or suffering which could trigger his spiritual feelings. Siddharth lived a perfect life of luxury in a palace, and the king made sure that his son had everything in the palace so he wouldn't want to leave. Siddharth grew up to become a caring and kind person. At the age of 16, he married his cousin Yashodhara and had a child named Rahul. As he grew up, he wondered about the world around him and wanted to see what was outside the palace. So, along with his charioteer Channa and his favorite horse Kantaka, he left the palace on a trip to the city and saw four things which he had never seen before. These are known as the four sights. He saw an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and an ascetic. Siddharth realized that the world is full of suffering and wanted to know why people suffer and how to end their suffering. He left the palace and his family behind to search for the answers and get enlightenment. He wandered for 6 to 7 years and met several teachers but could not get enlightenment. At last, at the age of 35, he ultimately attained nirvana or enlightenment at Gaya under a peepal tree at Uruvela on the banks of river Niranjana and came to be known as Buddha, the enlightened one. The peepal tree was known as the Bodhi tree. Buddha delivered his first sermon on deliverance from suffering to his 5 former companions in the deer park at Sarnath. This event is known as Dhammacakkapavatana, that is, turning the wheel of Dharma. For next 45 years, he led a life of preacher and established an order of monks and nuns known as Sangha. He finally attained Parinibbana at the age of 80 at Kushinagara. It is believed that his last words were all composite things decay, strive diligently. Buddha is represented in 5 forms. Lotus and bull represent birth. Horse represents renunciation. Bodhi tree represents Mahabodhi. Dhammachakra Pavartana represents the first sermon, and footprints represents Nirvana.
Dhammam namami Sangham namami
नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो
Sama samudasa
The complex rituals and sacrifices advocated in the later Vedic period were not acceptable to the common people. The sacrificial ceremonies were found to be too expensive. The superstitious beliefs and the mantras confused the people. Therefore, what was needed in larger interest of people was a simple, short and intelligible way to salvation for all people. This need was fulfilled by the teachings of Buddha. Buddhism appealed to the common man unlike Brahmanism. It was far more liberal and democratic. Since it attacked the Varna system, it particularly won the support of lower caste. Even women were admitted to the Sanghas. The growth of trade led to improvement in the economic conditions of Vaishyas. As a result, they wanted to enhance their social status. But the orthodox Varna system did not allow this. Therefore, they began to extend their support to Buddhism and Jainism, and over the centuries, Buddhism became a world religion, spreading throughout much of Asia. There are three schools of Buddhism: Hinayana Buddhism or the Theravada, the Mahayana Buddhism, and the Vajrayana Buddhism. The Hinayana Buddhism was the original school of Buddhist philosophy. It literally means lesser path, and its scriptures are in Pali language, the language Buddha taught in. They treat Buddha as a human being and does not believe in idol worship. They try to attain individual salvation through self-discipline and meditation. It spread from mainland India to Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia and Indonesia. As Buddhist ideas in India continued to develop, the Mahayana Buddhism or the Greater Path emerged. They treat Buddha as God and worship idols of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They believe in mantras and they believe in universal liberation from suffering for all human beings. It spread by land to Afghanistan. The famous tall statues of Buddha in Bamiyan were the most dramatic evidence of Buddhism's present there. From there, it spread to China and Japan. The third major type of Buddhism to develop in India is known as the Vajrayana Buddhism or the Thunderbolt vehicle, since among the three doctrines, it features sudden enlightenment. The Two Truths doctrine is the central concept of Vajrayana Buddhism. The Two Truths identifies conventional and ultimate truths. Its followers believe that salvation can be best attained by acquiring some magical powers which they called Vajra. It spread from India to Nepal and Tibet. The core of Buddha's doctrine is expressed in Arya Sachani or the Four Noble Truths, Ashtangika Marga or the Eightfold Path, and the Madhyama Marg or the Middle Path, along with social code of conduct and attainment of Nirvana. Buddha's Four Noble Truths are: life has inevitable suffering, there is a cause to our suffering, there is an end to our suffering, and the end to suffering is contained in Eightfold Path. The Ashtangika Marga or the Eightfold Path comprises of following: right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. The early Buddhist literature is generally divided into canonical and non-canonical texts. The canonical texts are those texts that are directly linked to Gautam Buddha in one way or another. The books which lay down the basic tenets and principles of Buddhism, such as the Tripitakas. The Tripitakas, meaning three baskets, is one of the earliest compilations of Buddha's teachings. It comprises of Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, and Abhidhamma Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka contains conventional teaching. It contains Buddha's discourses on various doctrinal issues in dialogue form. They are also called Buddha Vachana. The Vinaya Pitaka comprises of the disciplinary code. It contains rules for monks and nuns of the monastic order or Sangha. The Abhidhamma Pitika contains a thorough study and systemization of the teachings of Sutta Pitika through summaries, questions, and answers. The non-canonical texts or semi-canonical texts are those texts that are not the sayings of Buddha but commentaries and observations on the canonical texts, treatise on dharma, historical information, quotes, definitions, or grammars. Some important non-canonical texts are Milinda Panho, which is a dialogue on various philosophical issues, Neti Pakarna, which is a book of guidance, Vishuddhi Maga, which contains Path to Purity, written by Buddha Gosha, Mahavastu, Deepavamsha, and Mahavamsha.